Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about my journey throughout CRNA school. So today's video is going to be a semester 3 week 4 update. If you guys are interested, let's get into the nitty gritty. So I am 1/4 of the way through semester 3 and I'm like still in shock as to how fast time is flying. Like, I don't know, like I'm so excited. I just want to finish this semester already. I just started it, but I want it to be over. I want to be in semester 4 already because then I feel like I'm getting close to the finish line. Like, what's awesome about this is like, even though it's a 3-year journey, I feel like I'm still seeing a light. Like I'm seeing a little faint light at the end of the tunnel, whereas like when I did my undergrad, my 4-year degree, I really didn't see it. I didn't see my future yet. I guess it's because I wasn't actually working in the field. Like, I've had a few clinical days and I'm gonna go into how clinicals have been going so far in another video, but I've had a few clinical days and it's given me a lot of motivation to like keep going because it's actually really exciting. I was in cath lab on Friday and I really had like this really bad stigma about cath lab. I don't know why I thought it would be a boring place, and I actually had a really great time. I think it also had a lot to do with the CRNA who I was shadowing. She was amazing. She was literally built to teach and so kind, so gentle, so tender. I loved her. Literally, like, she just felt so inviting to be around, and I think that really helps. That really helps the profession and future like providers, you know, just making it so that it's a welcoming environment, you know, makes it so that it's not so treacherous to get to where we're gonna get to. And yeah, I just can't emphasize enough how much I appreciated her that day. And yeah, I'll get into more clinical stuff, like the actual nitty-gritty of what's going on in clinicals, but I really did have a great experience on Friday of last week, and it just like made my mood so much like better in terms of the actual profession. Now, getting back to the actual coursework, I only have had one exam so far. I had an exam in Patho where it's the Patho 2. So Patho 1 was last semester, Patho 2 is this semester, same professor, but it's different body systems. So the first exam included pituitary, adrenal, and endocrine. Like it was like an endocrine overview, pituitary, and adrenal, and like disorders along with that. So I actually felt like really this was a review. There was a lot that I didn't know about, but it was easy for me to go into detail with those things because I already had a foundation in endocrine. We covered endocrine and AMP, and yeah, it just felt like pretty simple to understand. And I studied for the whole weekend before and I ended up getting a 98, which is pretty awesome for me because in Patho I've always gotten like low 90s. I did fail one exam in AMP with the same professor, but other than that, I've really been able to maintain 90s in his class. And I got 183 on that exam that I was prepping for along with a farm exam. Like, we had 2 exams in the same day, so I kind of put it on the back burner because I was putting more emphasis on farm. And that was one of the only exams that I've gotten a B in. But yeah, I feel like I understand the way he asks his questions and how to study for his exams. So I used that knowledge and I applied it to this test and it worked. So I'm really happy about that. As far as getting other things done, because I haven't had any exams that are needed to study for week 5. I have one exam coming up in week 6 for regional anesthesia, which is like going over the plexuses, the plexi? What's the plural of plexus? I should probably look that up. Anyways, like brachial plexus and all those other like locations for blocks and then locals. And we did cover locals and farms, so I feel like it's a bit of a review. We covered a bit of the nerve anatomy in AMP, so also a review. It's just like a lot of material, I guess, because it's just a lot of review material, so I'm gonna have to go over that for week 6. But busy work, because I know that those are things that are literally lingering in the background. I have like a little list of busy work over here, and I have 4 papers that I need to do this semester. I have 2 case studies. I have 1 PowerPoint presentation, and then like workbooks along the way that my patho professor assigns. But anyway, so I finished one paper already, and that's going to be due at the last week of the semester. So I don't know why I finished the one that was all the way due at the end of the semester, but I just, because it was like the rubric was really easy to follow, I just did it really quick, and like I would say in about 4 hours I did it. And then I had a case study that I had to present in week 4. I did it in a group, so it was great. We knew that we were presenting in week 4, so we made a Google Doc and we collaborated and we all put in our efforts to the PowerPoint. So it really didn't even feel like, you know, doing a really big assignment, but it kind of ended up being a really nice presentation, and we presented it this past week and it was really great. So that's one assignment checked off. The paper that I did for patho that's due at the end of the semester is checked off. I have another paper that I have due week 10. That's like the earliest assignment that's due is going to be week 10. So I already got my sources for that, and I'm going to go over the rubric. I just feel like I'm at a point where I want to mention this, that I was fueled by the fear of failure in semester 1 and semester 2, and I feel like because I've been doing well, I'm losing motivation, or I'm losing that fuel, running out of gas. And it's kind of scary to me because I know that I did well because of how over the top I was, and now that I'm being like a little lax, I'm like, I hope this doesn't show. Like, I'm actually really nervous that I'm not being really crazy over the top with my time. I've actually been doing a lot more me time, which also is great, but it's not conducive for getting good grades in CRNA school. But I mean, I'm still doing okay. I only had one exam, like I mentioned, but I'm actually a little nervous on how lazy I've been, to say the least. But yes, so I'm going to be working on that paper that's due in week 10, and that one's pretty simple. It's writing about most recent technologies in anesthesia, so it's not going to be too difficult. What else is going on? Oh, so for regional anesthesia, we have modules that are due, not every class, there's only 10 of them, so there's a few classes that we don't have in the 16 weeks a module. But what's not nice, but it's supposed to be like a pre-class assignment, so like he's only releasing the modules the week before. Like I was trying to get ahead and do them, but he's only releasing like 1 week at a time, so it's like But anyway, it's 5 questions, they're all from the textbook. It's not bad, it's in your own words, so I just have to do those every week or so, depending on if it's due that week or not. And then for my surgical procedures class, we usually have an outline to do, which we had to do last semester as well. It's not so bad, I'm kind of used to it already, but I've been getting ahead, and I'll say what I've been doing. I don't know why I can't just sit in class and pay attention. Like, there's some things that I'm engaged on, like if it's something that I find interesting, but if it's something that I'm kind of like, it's a drag, it's been like already 2.5 hours, I'm like falling asleep looking at them, I'm like this. I feel like I have to do something else to entertain my time, and I'll record the lecture and review it later. So I've been doing that actually, and it's been actually a lot better because I do a lot of the actual busy work in class, and then when I'm calm and like, you know, the situation is right, have a nice ambiance, I put in my little instrumental radio, then I go over the lecture because I don't know what it is. I cannot sit and focus in the classes. If I am, I'm falling asleep looking at them, like right in their face. So yeah, I've been enjoying reviewing the lectures on my own time, and it's been actually beneficial for me to do a lot of the busy work during class. I guess it's working for me. I don't know if it's the appropriate thing to do. Don't take this advice and use it. This is just literally what I've been doing lately, and it's been okay. But yeah, I'm excited for how the semester is going so far. Definitely feeling like better in general about being a student, and knowing that I have one more semester of full didactic before I get to full-time clinicals, and I'm happy. I'm all around happy. I've been having a lot more me time, doing a lot more things that I enjoy. I've actually been able to pick up a few shifts, which is good, making a little extra cash. I've been having to do that because I'm dealing with some veterinary issues. Last week I noticed my little pink cat, Dobby, he had a swollen arm, and it ended up being cellulitis, and it progressed over the week that I was gone in Naples, and yeah, like initially I had taken him to the vet. They gave me anti-inflammatories and pain medication, and it just kept getting worse. So I had my fiance take him back, and they ended up giving us double antibiotics, and it ended up the cellulitis ruptured and started draining, which it actually looks a lot better since it's been draining. And yeah, it's been a process with his arm because he wasn't walking on it really that well, and he was kind of like sleeping a lot, and he had a fever, so I felt kind of bad, and especially that I couldn't be here. It really sucked. And then I went to go take him to his follow-up appointment on Saturday, and my dog escaped from the house, and it was a whole ordeal looking for him for over 2 hours. Long story short, I had posted his picture that he was lost on one of those neighbors apps, and the neighbor called me that they found him, but he had gotten clipped by a car in the back, so his legs were he was limping a little bit on the back, and he had gotten a little scuffle with a cat, so he was bleeding all over his face. Yeah, so I have him on some pain meds. Poor guy is barely walking because he lost the pads on his feet, but I'm just so happy I found him. Like, he's on the mend right now, and like it's unfortunate that he slipped out of the house. It was literally, I was holding the cat carrier, taking the cat to the vet because of his cellulitis, and then the dog escaped, and it was just a whole ordeal. And then I realized my other cat has cellulitis in his hip, so I think it's a bug in the house that bit them both, and he had pus coming out of his hip. Oh, speak of the devil, hello. Yeah, so it's just been an ordeal with my pets, and it just sucks that I wasn't here for them, but I'm so grateful for my fiance for being there for them when I couldn't be. I'm very grateful for you. You really made this week a lot better. It was really difficult, and I'm grateful for you. But anyways, yep, that's it for this video. I'm looking forward to posting updates along the way of, you know, every 4 weeks throughout the semester. And yeah, it just gives me, like, when I post my update videos, like, I know I have 3 weeks in between them, and then I look forward to posting and telling you guys how I'm doing in every update of the semester. But it's like, it's really cool because I'm like, oh, like my update's coming up, you know, so that means that more time is passing, and it's just really awesome. And I'm really, like, kind of enjoying this process now. I really do not care for the classroom environment as much, but it's almost over. I just think about it, April 2023, where are you? But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!